Hey, this is Tyler with TJX Survival. People often talk about pitch wood, fat wood, lighter wood, but they have no clue what it is. So we're going to talk about that today, so stay tuned. All right, guys, I'm here with Josh, my friend Minnie. All right, guys, I'm here with Josh, my friend from Ready Man, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about pitch wood. We are fortunate to be from a desert area where you can go and gather this stuff, but a lot of people aren't, so they're not familiar with it. Now, there's a couple different names for it: pitch wood, fat wood, lighter wood. All it is any wood with resinous pine sap that's grown into it, or pitch, which is essentially a fat or a sugar in a wick, right? So think candle. Now, why is that important? Well, constantly when I teach people to start fires, they get it lit and then it dies. They don't have a holder, they don't have that tinder. They get really good at the bow drill and then they kill it. Or they get good at the fire lay, and then when they transfer the bow drill to the fire lay, they can't hold it. Pitch wood is the magical ingredient for this. Maybe another suggestion would be like chunks of bicycle tire, right? Something to hold the flame. Think fibers and fat. Think candle. Think a wick and oil. Something to hold the flame.
Kind of a cheat, a hack, if you will, to give that fire something to really latch onto and burn while it is drying out and igniting the rest of your tinder.
And he nailed the key. What's happening is, as that coal or that fat wood or that whatever is holding, it's drying it out. So that it looks like smoke and it's white. More of it is steam. It is pushing that last 10% of water out of the material so that it will hold on to it. One option I have is Pine Fire from pinefire.com.
So tell me, what's in the box? I gotta know.
Smell it. What's it smell like?
It smells great.
It smells rich and full of pine.
Oh yeah, it's interesting when you call it fat wood. It smells fat, and I don't know how
it smells
to.
like a sugar, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's very
Pine gum, or gum as we chew, came from trees that we could chew, and it does have sugar in it, and that's why it smells good. The problem is it also has turpentine, and turpentine is bad.
You don't want to eat that.
You don't want to eat it. So, but the point is that sugar, being a high carbohydrate, will burn for a substantial amount of time. So this is an option that I wanted to give you of a place to order it. A friend of mine, Joe Mobley, that runs Faro Woodcraft, his friend sent me this, and I figured I would show you guys, because I get, again, questions all the time. What's pitch wood? Where can I get it? How can I find it? So real quick, how can I find it naturally? I like the answer to that question. Find trees that have been, pine trees specifically if you can, that have been ripped over by wind or have been hit by lightning and continue to grow. Okay. When that happens, it saturates the fibrous materials with resinous pitch, and that's where you get this stuff.
Gotcha.
The guys that own Pine Fire live in an area where this is abundant. They chop it up, stick it in there, and send it to you. One thing they do too is they make sawdust with balls of pitch. This is paper bark birch. This is fiber with pitch in it. This is pitch wood. And he sent me a little kit of a bunch of stuff to just play with.
Yeah.
And I've been using it.
How does it work?
So, as an example, normally, like, I feel blasphemous using this much pitch wood. This is like 5 fires right here. So what I'm going to do is just grab the little bitty piece right here to show you how it works, because I want to save the rest of the stuff for later. Because if you were in a survival situation and you really need that fire to burn, you got to hold it through the rain or something, this is where the magic comes in. I'm going to commit some blasphemy real quick and use a Bic.
Tisk.
As an example, here's another example too. You got your lighter and you sit and hold it on a stick, and it burns and it burns and it burns and it burns and it goes out. This is your sustainer. This is that holding element that you're missing. I light it real quick. Whoop. Get it to hold. Can't get in a hurry.
There you go. Yep.
And you can kind of see some fat bubbling and popping off there, right? And you kind of see some black coming up. If ever you see that black, you'll see it in paper bark birch. See that black coming off? That's oil. There's actually natural oil that's in this stuff that will hold this flame. Now you can tell it's just barely starting to hold this. So if you can imagine, I've got a nest around it and a teepee and a little fire lay with air coming under the bottom. I hit that with a lighter, I put it in there, and I can walk away.
Yeah, this thing's going to go to work for a while. You can see, I mean, it is taking its sweet time, and that's a pretty substantial flame as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna. I mean, I can feel the heat down on my hands
sure.
from the bottom of it.
Yeah, and so how well would something like this work in let's say, a very wet environment?
This is magic in a wet environment. When I was in Colombia in the jungle, one of the things that we did to hold the flame was we lit bicycle inner tubes on fire. To the best of my knowledge, there's no pitchwood down there. There's a thing called a diesel tree that's got a lot of oil in it, which is kind of the same. But in a wet environment, that is key, okay? Think like soggy cigarettes, right?
Right.
And it just has to sit there and smolder and burn like a coal. What you want is that in a wet environment, you put the ends of your logs together and you make a coal in the center and just kind of feed them into this little protected fire, and your flame comes right up the middle. At least that's how they did it in the jungle. Something like this will hold your flame, and just it's like almost impossible to get a fire without some sort of feather sticks or pitchwood or something to hold it. But the place that it really comes in handy is when you can find big chunks of it and you get into a really nasty storm and it's going to rain you through it. You save that for times like that. You put that big burning hot log on there, it'll burn right through the rain. The rain's not going to slow it down, not going to stop it, and that'll protect you through it.
So when you need that to keep going through the night, you know, you don't want the water to douse it out, the rain, the storm, whatever.
Exactly.
Nice.
So my suggestion to you, get a can like this that is loaded with this stuff. Use it to make char cloth for the future. You know, plan ahead, save pitch as you find it. You can cook pitch and then put chunks of cottonwood in there, and you make your own fat wood if you can't find it. Go buy some from pinefireshop.com. These guys are awesome for sending me this. And just stick it in your bag, and that way you've got your fire starter, you've got your pitch, and then that's all you need to be sustained with fire.
Nice.
All right, guys, hopefully this explains a little bit about what pitch wood is, or fat wood, or lighter wood, or starter wood. It depends on what part of the world you're from.
Yeah, we called it light wood back east.
Yeah. So that way you kind of get an idea of it. It's some sort of sugars and fat in high content in fibers. So hopefully that's what it is. If you don't have that stuff in your area, I'll leave the link to this company. It's the pinefireshop.com. I'll leave that in the comment section below. Please leave your comments, man. You got cool tips and tricks on stuff like this, let me know. Thanks for being here, brother.
Hey, my pleasure.
And thank you for watching TJX Survival.